Good morning, North America. Welcome to North America's Rising. Glad you all showed up this morning. I'm Amy Suzanne A., as usual, your host and narrator, for another wild morning ride here today. The focus today is going to be on Canada, and I kind of hate to say it, but also on a lot of deluded, but basically, for the most part, awesome and good Canadian people, of which I'm also one of, as I'm like my old man Vinny, a dual product of two great North American nations, who, like Vinny, sees shit from both a U.S. and Canadian perspective, from both sides of the fence, probably more clearly than those with only a Canadian or an American side or life experience. Straight inyo. All right, Canada. This is Amy Suzanne coming at you live, straight out of the Detroit, baby, where the streets talk back and the truth don't hide behind no maple leaf curtain. I'm your host, your CEO of the V&A Voices of North America Media Guild and WDBG Windsor Detroit Broadcast Group, your law-schooled loudmouth who used to shake it for a living. Yeah, I was a dancer in a strip club to put my ass through school, back like what seems like 1,000 years ago. Now I did what I had to do that. I danced topless, fearless, and I'm not ashamed. Now, even though at times due to libtard, or even a few more righteous than anyone else, conservatives gonna try to slam me for it, I'm at times off reluctant to tell about that early part of my life, but I don't hold anything back from you all. It is what it is from me and about me, or what I bring to you, to my audience. Just the truth, and only the truth in all regards. That's me, that's Amy. And if I were you out there, I'd expect nothing else from you if it were your ass up here or anywhere else speaking to me. Now I'm here to shake something else, your cozy little Canadian minds. Buckle up, because I'm about to drop some real talk. I'm estimating I can feed it to you all in about 20 minutes, maybe even less, of straight fire. About them so-called rights you think you got up there, and why you ain't got no say in who's really running the show. Let's go. Let's roll this morning's show. Now listen up, my Canadian fam, y'all sitting up there sipping your Tim Hortons, patting yourselves on the back, thinking you're living in some freedom paradise because you had all the big convoy protest and rights celebration party, and you got that fancy Charter of Rights and Freedoms, right? Article 1, Section 1, sounds sexy, don't it? Rights and freedoms guaranteed, subject only to reasonable limits. Ooh, makes you feel warm and fuzzy like you're wrapped in a Hudson's Bay blanket. But let me break it down for you, straight Detroit style. That ain't freedom, fam. That's a leash with a polite bunch of polite and old divine right of the crown bullshit tied onto it on it. And you ain't even got the muscle to yank it back. See, I'm a gal who's been around the block. I danced my way out of the clubs, hit the books, got my law degree, and now I'm running a media empire. I know a hustle when I see one, and Canada, you're getting hustled. That charter, it's a slick little document, sure, but Article 1, Section 1? That's the fine print where they sneak in the catch. Reasonable limits prescribed by law. Who decides what's reasonable? You? Nah, fam. It's the suits in Ottawa, the judges in them black robes, and them senators sitting pretty in that red chamber, none of whom you get to vote for. You hear me? None of them. Let's talk about that for a hot minute, because this is where the rubber hits the road, or should I say where the ice hits the rink. You Canadians love your democracy, right? You wave that flag, sing "O Canada" with tears in your eyes, thinking you're the gold standard of liberty. But riddle me this. When's the last time you cast a ballot for a senator? Huh? When'd you get to pick a judge? Never. That's when. Your senators? Appointed. Your judges? Appointed. Who's doing the appointing? The Prime Minister and his pos folks you might have voted for, sure. But once they're in, they're calling all the shots, and you're just sitting there like, oh, well, at least we got health care. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't knocking healthcare. That's a W, no doubt. But freedom, real freedom, that's when you got a voice, a choice, a say in who's holding the gavel and who's writing the laws. Down here in the States, we vote for judges in some places. We elect senators direct. Yeah, it's messy, it's loud, it's imperfect as hell, but at least we're in the game. You're on the bench watching the playmakers run it, and you don't even get a whistle to blow. And usually just a bunch of blowhards who talking a lot but not doing jack shit to give you any real and meaningful say or power. Let's dig into this charter scam a little deeper, because I know some of y'all are thinking, Amy, chill, we got rights. Do you though? Article 1 says your rights, freedom of speech, religion, assembly, all that good stuff can be limited if it's demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. Sounds nice, don't it? Real poetic. But who's demonstrating the justification? Not you, fam. It's them courts, them judges you didn't pick, them senators you didn't vote for, and they're all cozy with the government that appointed them. It's a closed loop, a clique, a crew, and you ain't in it. Take a look at how it plays out. You want to protest something, say pipelines or taxes or whatever's got your toque in a twist. Charter says you got the right to assemble, speak your mind. Cool. But then the government says, nah, that's a security risk, or that's disrupting the peace. And bam, reasonable limit kicks in. Who's backing that call? The courts. Who's upholding it? The Senate, maybe, if it gets that far. And who put them there? Not you, Canada. Not you, Canadians. And here's the kicker. Fam, this setup ain't changing nothing. You want to know why Canada's stuck in the same old? Why you keep seeing the same tired policies, the same power grabs, the same promises that don't deliver? 'Cause you ain't got no leverage. Down here, if a senator's acting a fool, we vote him out. If a judge is throwing down rulings we hate, we can flip the script next election. You're locked in, chained up, sitting on your hands while the PM picks his pals and they all pat each other on the back. Now, I know what some of y'all are going to say. Amy, we're polite up here. We don't need all that chaos. Polite's cool, fam, but polite don't mean powerless. You think them senators are sitting up there in Ottawa twiddling their thumbs, thinking about you? Nah, they're lifetime gigs. Some of them stay till they're 75, living off your tax dollars, and you don't get a single say in who they are or what they do. Same with them judges. Deciding your fate, interpreting that charter, and you're just supposed to nod and say, thanks, eh? That ain't freedom, that's a favor they're letting you borrow. Let's flip it real quick. Imagine if you did have a vote. Imagine you could pick your senators, region by region, province by province. Imagine you could elect your judges, hold them accountable when they're sitting up there deciding what's reasonable for your life. You think things wouldn't shake up? You think the same old boys club would keep running the show? Hell nah. You'd have power, real power, the kind that makes them sweat, the kind that forces change. But nope, you're stuck. Stuck with a system that's rigged to stay the same. Them senators, they don't answer to you. They answer to the PM who gave them the job. Them judges, they don't campaign. They don't hustle for your vote. They just sit there, cloaked in authority you didn't give them. And that charter? It's a shiny toy they can twist however they want, because Article 1, Section 1, gives them the keys to lock it down whenever it suits them. So what's the play, Canada? You gonna keep sitting there, sipping your double-double, acting like this is all good? Or you gonna wake the fuck up, get loud, like you all did in that convoy? One whole hell of a lot of you sit your asses on Wellington, or other places, wishing and dreaming you can relive. Or are you going to stand like you did in that convoy and demand a voice? 'Cause let me tell you something. I've been in the trenches. I've fought my way up from the stage to the courtroom to the boardroom, and I know this. Power don't come to you polite. You gotta take it. You gotta demand it. You think Trudeau or whoever's next is gonna hand you the reins? Nah, fam, they not gonna cede one little bit. Not even a smidgen of any of that real power in choice to you. You gotta rip that out of their hands by standing up, like you all did in the convoy. Look at your cousins down here in the D. We're flawed, we're messy, but we gotta say. You're playing a game where the rules are stacked against you, and the refs are all picked by the other team. That's what Article 1, Section 1 does. It's the trapdoor in your freedom, and that's why things changes. 'Cause you ain't got no pull, no vote, no juice to flip the script. Yeah, wake-up fight's not even halfway over yet. If you had had those rights, those real rights, those meaningful and real rights, none of the bullshit Trudeau and his libtard Marxist globalists pulled on you, and that convoy wouldn't have even been necessary. And it's so sad. So damn tragic. Very few Canadians see that truth or have been brainwashed for centuries by the same motherfucking minions of the divine right of the crown that their system. They continue to impose on you their Westminster divine right of the crown, the Gov's way or the highway or gulag is better. Bullshit, people, wake up. So here's my challenge to you, Canada. Stop sleeping. Stop settling. You want real rights? You want real change? Then get in the fight. Demand a vote for them senators, demand a say in them judges, demand a charter that don't bend over backwards for the folks you didn't choose. 'Cause right now you're living in a polite little cage and the key's in someone else's pocket. This is Amy Suzanne signing off. Peace out, and wake Canada, my friends, wake the hell up. Stop trying to relive the convoy or just be only satisfied with the half wins you all got from it. Go the whole distance and demand those MPs you were able to elect. Go the full distance with you. That's it. That's all, Any out. Loves you all, my friends. Till next time. A la prochaine, Amy out.
Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you've got. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Woo. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, against the white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sunroof top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, begin the scene with a gangster lady. Ooh. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, begin the scene with a gangster lady. Ooh. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, begin the scene with a gangster lady. Ooh. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, begin the scene with a gangster lady. Ooh. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, begin the scene with a gangster lady. Ooh.